It's beyond comprehension how such events can unfold. The individuals who orchestrate these bombings are aware that children, women, and other innocents are perishing. They know it, yet they still push the buttons to launch these bombs. How could they do it without a conscience? We struggle to understand because we assume they share the same humanity as us. Many of you have likely seen the footage of bombs dropping on tents in Rafah. The devastation is unbearable to watch, with fires everywhere and people clutching the bodies of their children. It's a scene of horror that we can hardly even bear to view in videos, while people there are living through it. For Palestinians with relatives in those videos, the agony is even greater as they scan the footage, fearing they might recognize a loved one among the dead. They pray that no familiar faces appear. Despite this unimaginable suffering, there is a call to remain hopeful, because the Organization of Islamic Cooperation has condemned the recent attack in Rafah, but mere condemnation is not enough. The silence of many Middle Eastern leaders and much of the international community in the face of these atrocities adds to the sadness. The International Court of Justice has called for an end to the attacks, but the aggression continues, unchecked. If the leaders of the Middle East united and imposed an embargo, stopping oil transfers and closing airspace, even for a day, the attacks would likely cease. Yet, this unity and decisive action are absent, revealing deeper geopolitical interests and betrayals. Israel has repeatedly instructed Palestinians to move for their safety, only to bomb them where they were told to stay. The scene in Rafah, where 8 rockets hit a camp, is horrific, resulting in many deaths and injuries. The callousness of directing people to supposed safe zones only to attack them. There is reminiscent of the worst genocides in history. The advanced precision of Israeli technology makes it hard to believe these were accidental hits. Initially, the narrative was self-defense, but as the scale of the massacre grows, this justification crumbles. The staggering toll, 15,000 children and 10,000 women, among the 35,000 dead, with thousands more injured, speaks to a level of trauma that is incomprehensible. The response from the world, especially influential leaders and celebrities who often speak out on much less significant issues, has been disappointing. The silence of those who could influence public opinion and policies is striking. Creating a strong public outcry is essential. Without it, the cycle of violence and oppression continues. Many Americans might not realize how their taxes indirectly support this violence. Public pressure and voting for leaders who oppose these actions can make a difference. Voices of those in power should reflect the public's demand for justice and peace. Even as we grapple with this horror, our faith assures us that ultimate justice will prevail. Those who perpetuate and support oppression will face judgment, if not in this world, then in the hereafter. Meanwhile, we must continue to speak out, support the oppressed, and strive for a world where such atrocities are no longer possible. Thank you all for your continued support of IllusionGrid. We appreciate your comments and hope you enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for more intriguing content.